under the first African-American president.
We're doing a post-election discussion. I have with me in the studio 5 young people from different high schools. We have the North Haven contingent, and tell us your name again.
My name is Evan Gambardella, and I'm a junior from North Haven High School.
I'm Shabnam Malahi, and I'm a junior from North Haven High School.
I'm Julie Bonastora, and I'm a junior from North Haven High School.
I'm Monique Haynes. I'm a senior from Career High School in New Haven.
My name's Amber Jackson. I'm from Hamden High.
And you're a senior also.
And we're both seniors, yep.
Yes, okay. Senior. And we had 10 students who came from 5 different high schools, and we talked about the pre-election issues and concerns of young people. And now we're talking about the post-election issues and concerns. And these young people who are very aware and very informed about politics and very tuned in are sharing with us what their expectations are of the Obama presidency and of themselves, what they plan to do to become more involved and more committed to helping President-elect Obama to unite America and to achieve things such as reversing the terrible economic condition that we're experiencing now. And in the first part of this program, they talked about the need, their hope for more clean energy, less dependence on oil, on the oil-producing nation, and combining clean energy with jobs and better health care for everyone, especially for children. So now we're talking about some of the things that President-elect Obama said during his speech, during his acceptance speech on November 4th. And I'm asking the students, why should they, as young people, be the ones on whom he's going to depend most? And my next question is, how can young people be the torchbearers of this new movement?
Well, I think now that we see Obama, and he's like a real role model for many young people, and when we look to the past, young people have been vital to the success of different movements, such as ending the Vietnam War and during the Civil Rights Movement. And there's actually a common phrase now that Rosa Parks sat so Dr. King could march, so Obama could run, so we can fly. Like, it's our time. You take steps.
Say it again more slowly. Rosa Parks, go ahead.
Rosa Parks sat so Dr. King could march, so Obama could run, so we can fly.
Wow,
you know, so we have to carry the torch
really
and keep on achieving, you know, because the process never ends. You can always achieve more and make things better. So.
All right, very good.
Very cool.
Very cool. So, Julie, why then, so you can fly? So now that you know you can fly, how are you going to, in what are the ways, what are some of those flying ways in which you can be torchbearers for a better America?
Well, like I said before, just you need to get out there and vote, and you need to encourage other people to vote. It's very important because we're going to be the future of our country, and it's our opinions that matter. And like a lot of people today don't vote, and that's not good because.
But it's more than just voting, as we said, right? The question says, how can young people prepare to become torchbearers, thinkers, and doers at the forefront of this 21st century movement? The 21st century movement is that where, you know, Obama says that we need to have a spirit and a commitment, a spirit of new sacrifice and commitment, so that America can achieve its full potential. This country has incredible potential. Incredible potential. Nowhere else in the world is there a country as diverse. You know, we draw from the globe. You know, our Americans represent the globe. So I want you to think about, apart from voting, what are some of the other ways in which you can be torchbearers to fulfill this vision?
Well, first we have to have a goal, because if we don't have a goal, we don't know what we're aiming for.
Okay.
In life, you want a certain career, you have to work at that. Just like Obama worked at where he's at now, we have to work at what we want in life.
So, Evans, I want you to tell me when you go back to school or when you go home tonight and go to sleep, what are some of the things you're going to think about in creative ways that you can share with your friends at school that you can be a torchbearer in the forefront of this kind of movement?
We need to help him. We need to carry on what he's just created. We have to keep the flame burning. We can't just let it go out. I mean, we are the generation of change, new ideas, new possibilities, and we have to keep that going. This is the momentum. We have to keep the momentum.
How are you going to engage your friends into that?
We have to encourage them. We have to instill that we need to look into greener possibilities. We need to get rid of the violence all over the world and in our own country as well.
Yes.
And we need to solve these issues together as
Okay,
one.
so what I want you to commit in front of all these people who's watching us that you're going to do is go back to North Haven High School and talk to a group of your classmates to find a way that you can find a project that you can work on that supports green energy, you know, and cleaning up the environment. And you guys do some research. Get a group of people to do some research and select one thing you can do and work on that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Okay, so now I want to go back to some of our other questions. How many of you think that race was a main consideration in this election?
I don't at all.
I think it was mostly media hype, in my opinion.
So it's mostly the media. That's interesting.
Yes. They made it such a big deal, and along with the fact
Was it because they were looking for something, or was there something there?
It's always like that with the media. They're trying to find, every candidate is trying to find a weakness of another. Another big deal they made was about his middle name.
Yes.
So what? So what if he's Muslim?
Talked about it for
Does
5
it matter?
hours.
Yeah, but the fact that he's not Muslim. Did you think that race was an issue, Julie?
I actually think that it helped him because Obama's all about
That's interesting.
change.
Yeah.
And this is obviously a big change for
Yeah.
our country. And like the symbolism in that, I think it really helped him to gain even more support.
Okay, now that he has been, you know, he's a black man, although it's interesting that he has a white parent and a black parent, but he's black as opposed to biracial. So the question is, now that we have elected a black man, we've really elected a biracial person, but do you think America now has come to terms with the issue of race, or are there other problems still?
Not at all. I think there are still many other problems that revolve around race. I think this is a step in, you know, diminishing or those problems, but there's still a lot that we need to deal with. Just as I said, it's a process, and this is just another step. We haven't reached total equality yet.
Oh, well, I wasn't asked about total
I think it's more
equality.
of like a staircase, but
A staircase.
Step closer to what we're trying to accomplish.
there's a whole other staircase to come,
Yeah.
so we still have
Okay.
a long way to go.
But do any of you get the impression that the broader America thinks, okay, so now we have elected a black person, we don't have to talk about race anymore?
Oh, no, that's not true.
No?
I think some people might think that way.
You said no, that's not true. Why isn't it true?
There are still many very ignorant people in this country, and all over the world too.
Yeah,
They're
but
going-
let's deal with all the ones we have here. We have 363 million here, so let's deal with them right here. So, so why do you? Tell me one thing that has happened that you have noticed or heard or seen that make you think race is still a critical issue in this country.
Well, I've heard one thing that really made me feel a little bit disconcerted was that there was a someone in my school that we were sharing concerns about the presidential election, and she exclaimed that she was afraid that Obama would attract terrorists to the country. And
Okay.
that made me different
based
about
on
it.
what?
Based on his skin color.
Oh.
So, yeah,
You think because he's black, he's going to attract terrorists?
that's what she thought.
Okay.
One of my coworkers said that she's seen a sign that said, "Keep it right, keep it white, keep it McCain," and that just shows me how people are still living in a box. You know, they're not exploring the different possibilities. Oh yeah, there can be a black president, because there is one right now, and we just proved that there can be anything. You know, there can be a black.
I want to come back and talk a little about it, but I want to ask you, Evan, how did your teacher deal with that comment?
I think he was a little bit taken back by it. I mean, he had to keep on, staying the moderator of the classroom. So I mean, he couldn't, say that's wrong. But
no, not that's wrong. We'd want to know why she feels that way.
Yeah,